My name is Tom Taylor. This is my computing final project for CI601. This is Hypophrenia. My project is in relation to the comparison between environmental and direct narrative techniques, comparing the two and seeing whether environmental is both effective and immersive, improving the player experience. I have created Hypophrenia, which is a sci-fi exploration horror game, and I've created this in two different iterations, one being environmental, the other being direct, using different directive techniques and environmental techniques. I'll be playing the environmental first and talking you through exactly what's going on, how it was implemented and what techniques have been used. I'm currently playing the environmental one first. This is the main screen. You can see that you've got some light effects on the actual planet. These are aurora effects from the Fab library. In relation to the menu, it's meant to be some form of SOS or ship beacon screen, where you've got SOS on the left and then two other ones on the middle and the right. SOS is your start button, the middle is your settings, and quit is the right one. Settings are pretty standard: quality, resolution, full screen and brightness. These are all interactive. You've got a quit button there as well. After the title screen, you've got the tutorial level. So you're currently in a ship waiting to drop down to the planet, and I've kind of mixed it in as the actual tutorial mission itself as well. You can see you've got the lights again in front of you, and you're currently in the dropship. On screen at the moment, you've got a couple of objectives that you need to complete. This is in relation to the controls. So you've got mouse to look around, WASD to move. And as soon as you hit a key and interact with it, then it goes on to the next one, and you've also got the cue to interact as well, which will start the sequence.
Warning, warning, gravitational force detected. Critical error. Dropship off course. Prepare for crash landing. Brace, brace, brace.
So that's the completion of the tutorial. If you saw in that sequence, there was a clip of a man on fire. That's showing the symbolism technique that's been used. This is the planet level. Again, you've got lights behind you, and you've got a constant sequence of the antenna pulling down asteroids in front of you. To the left, we've got the downed dropship. You might not have seen it, but as soon as you spawn in, after a few seconds, an asteroid hits the planet's surface. We have an objective marker in the front. It calculates distance and it is always visible to the player. Within about 50 meters, the actual distance disappears, and I think within 25 meters, the icon itself disappears as well. This is so that you don't have the icon floating around in front of you all the time. Over here we've got the item that you need to actually access the level. Currently it's locked. You need the door battery to get in. And then the other part of this level is a hidden mission. So it's essentially meant so that if a player explores the level and finds it, then it's like a little excitement requirement. So over here you've got a switch, which if you interact, you get a sound cue, and the sequence stops. We've gone through to the technically third level. This is the outpost. It's kind of almost like the main level. You'd probably spend most of your time here. We've got objectives on the top right. These are scattered about in terms of the levels, just to give the player some sort of sense of direction and completion. This is the inspection screen. It's a system that's majoritarily used in the environment to display some of the story. You've got the information on the left, as well as the name of the object, and then you've got a few instructions on the right hand side. You can zoom in and out, and then you can actually hold the mouse to rotate as well. And you can use the WASD keys if you'd like to. So I've done it not for all objects, but for quite a lot of objects. They've got their own titles, descriptions, and they've got the same interaction set as the other ones. Doors are currently locked. You have to progress the story to open them. The contamination sequence. That event unlocks the AI in the level and also unlocks all the doors as well. Lockers are spread around the map. These are to hide the player from the alien, which stops the alien from chasing you essentially. Although you can't see exactly what's going on outside, you need to use visual cues to know when to leave. Obviously it wasn't safe to leave at that point, so we have to wait a little bit longer. Safe to move on. This is the terminal. We've got a few of these spread throughout the map. They have a few different purposes. It opens up the terminal screen where you've got a few different tabs on the left there. You've got the welcome button, which is it's just an introduction message to the terminal. You've got a map button, which shows the actual image of the map. So in reference to finding out the objectives or the terminals, you can see on the key where they are. Although it's not interactive and it doesn't update where you are at the moment, it's just a reference for the player. You've also got the info tab. This is a text log that shows a little bit of info about what's going on or what went on. This is quite a small or a restricted version of what's in comparison to the direct version. Obviously it's to give the player a clue rather than actually tell them what's going on. And finally you've got an activate button. This, out of 3 terminals, unlocks the cave door so that you can progress. As you can see, we've got some more objects that we can interact with. While they may be the same model, but they've got different title and descriptions. Similarly for the terminal, it's the exact same process, map, info, although for this particular terminal, activate doesn't do anything. If we go over in each of the corners, we've got the terminals which do activate the door, which is indicated in the top left. Currently the AI is in a state of searching. You can see that by hearing the kind of searching sound. It's not proximity based, you can hear it at all times. Whereas all of the other audio components are proximity based. This is the door to the caves. Currently
deactivated.
It's deactivated, so we can't do anything with it. We've got some imagery down here. And then the last feature in the level is the vial. Now you can see that it's added similarly to the screen as the battery. This can be used to temporarily disable the alien. Although, I'll just wait for the alien to lose me, and then I'll activate the last terminal and move on to the next level. Now we've moved on to the caves level. This level, although it's one large map, it's kind of split into two separate levels. The original design for this map was to be that you were chased by the alien, and then towards the end of this section there'd be some sort of event where you'd be able to kill the alien. However, due to a bug at the moment, the alien itself actually isn't able to chase you, and it wasn't implemented. Throughout this level, you've got indicators which point towards the direction that the plane needs to go to, depending on proximity. They spawn in as soon as they enter a collision box. They were also in the previous level, however they more so indicated a particularly important item and the exit. As we continue on, this part of the level is indicated by light. It could be missable. However, obviously part of the technique here is that it's off to the side and the player has to kind of look for it, in essence. This is a cave puzzle. Well, more of a kind of transition. The player is locked in most axes, they can only go forward. And as soon as they hit the end, they leave and can move on. So this section is only in this iteration of the game. So we've got almost like the creatures layer. Gives an indication to the player of where it's come from, kind of obviously what's gone on here. And if you're able to, if you did look at the logs, you'd see that the person writing the logs, this is their suit here. And then we've got another indication of the light telling us to turn back. As you just saw, there was another indication of the light guide as we come up to the dig site or the well. So we've just completed another objective, and this is the final stage of the game. We've got some objects scattered around and some information on that isn't immediately visible unless you actually read it on both screens. And then finally we've got the key to access the well, to access the ending. So this is the entity or the NPC which you can interact with, and that's to get the ending for the game. So this is another UI element that has different conversation options. These do differ between the two iterations, however the endings are the same. So we'll go with the live ending, and then the next iteration we'll go with the die ending.
Log 359. This is lead geologist Dr. Simmons. It has been 8 cycles since we have uncovered the well, and 13 cycles since the outbreak has reached us. After investigating the unusual waveforms, we have determined a biological response from the lithosphere. We are still unsure what this implies. We have also found an irradiated artifact that looks like it resonates with the well. Tonight, I will try to activate the well. I am unsure what is below. As such, the bulkhead to the caves will be sealed. If anything happens to me, I love you, Georgia, my little sunshine. Log 359. This is lead geologist Dr. Simmons. It has been 8 cycles since we have uncovered the well, and 13 cycles since the outbreak has reached us. After investigating the unusual wave.
Log 3589. To my father, I write to you not knowing where you are or how long it's been since I last saw you. I'm doing okay, working day in, day out. It's becoming boring, but I still have fun. I don't see anyone anymore. I don't know where they have all gone. It's quite lonely here. Anyhow, I just wanted someone I could talk to, even if I can't do it in person. I love you, G.
So this is the environmental version all done. I'll get the direct version recorded now. Thank you for watching.
A streak of white from his lab coat, or flash of blue from his dig suit. It's been so long I can't remember his face. I miss him.
This is the second recording for CI601, the computing project. This is the direct narrative version of Hypophrenia. For this iteration, it's pretty much the same. All the plot points, tutorials, objective, everything's the same, but they're presented in a slightly different way. So immediately you can see that the light that was previously there is no longer here, but the objectives for the tutorial are still the same.
Pre-flight checklist completed. Launch. Strange. Another gravitational source has been detected. No, we're being pulled off course. Something is pulling us towards a location, almost like it is on purpose. Our speed is increasing. Emergency shielding active.
So in this version there's no symbolism, it's just inner monologue of the character and exactly what's going on and what could be going on. Again, the planet is quite similar to before. There's no light in the sky this time, and the antenna objective is shown immediately. So in this iteration, the objectives are a little more straightforward. The player doesn't exactly have to explore as much. They know what to do, not necessarily where to do it. So again, in this version, it's quite similar to the one before. Same layout, same exact objectives that you need to do, but the interactables, you can't interact with them anymore, apart from this one. So yeah, the layout is the exact same apart from terminals, which I'll show in a second. So in this iteration, the text logs are direct and they don't hold anything back. They've got all of their all of the information is in here. I'm just going to go ahead and complete the level so we can move on. Another difference this time, again to try and kind of guide the player, if you're able to open the door without unlocking all the terminals.
Bulkhead deactivated. Please activate at the required terminals.
So it also gives them a little pointer in terms of what they need to do. So we've now gone on to the cave section. There's a few different changes in here. One is that there's no guided lights for the player to follow, but on the flip side of that there is no dead ends, so there's just one long running system that the player just needs to walk down. So instead of the side area, that's now gone, we've got a cutscene instead, which should explain.
If you are listening to this, then God help you. My name is... well, that doesn't matter. My life suit has been breached. It has been for some weeks now. Or at least I think it's been weeks. I've avoided all suit checkups until this point. I had to leave. They could not find out I've been contaminated. They'd kill me. I guess I'm dead either way, but at least this way, I will have control over my own demise. I guess this is the part where I tell my family I love them. They're all gone anyway. The only thing I can say is, I'm sorry. To all my colleagues, I can already feel them inside of me, taking from me. You don't deserve what's to come, what I'll become.
So we're just coming up to the well at the moment. Again, pretty much everything's the same apart from there's no environmental details in this one. all of the details are provided by the NPC. So as you can see, there's no screens with information on anymore. However, to get to the ending is the exact same. That hasn't changed. So in this version, again, same questions and the same endings. However, all of the information, there's a lot more of it, and it's more direct. It's direct exposition rather than indirect. So I can't remember which one we did last time, but let's choose die this time.
Log 359, this is lead geologist Dr. Simmons. It has been 8 cycles since we have uncovered the well and 13 cycles since the outbreak of Project Iberius. The nanobots have wiped out and transformed millions. We have detected particulates in the air, luckily no one is exhibiting symptoms. After investigating unusual detected waveforms, we have determined a biological response from the lithosphere. We are still unsure what this implies, but it may be that the planet we have inhabited is not inanimate. We have also found an irradiated artifact that looks like it resonates with the well. Tonight I will try to activate the well. I am unsure what is below, as such the bulkhead to the caves will be sealed. If anything happens to me, tell my daughter, Georgia, I love her.
Log 3589. To my father, I write to you not knowing where you are, or how long it's been since I last saw you. I can't remember your face. The only thing I know how to and what to do is work. I get given orders and I do my duty. The ship is empty. I don't see anyone anymore. I don't know where they have all gone. It's lonely here. Something isn't right. It doesn't matter. I love you. Yours always, Georgia.
So that's the end of the direct iteration of the game. Thank you very much for watching.
Log 2784.